this final game of the regular season. For some, a chance at postseason glory. For others, maybe like you, Grant, working on their golf game.
Exactly, and I know you're always working on your swing too, B.A. But personally, I can't wait for the postseason. Nothing like the excitement of playoff basketball.
And checking out the New Orleans opening lineup. They've got Bruce Brown. He's out there with Jose Alvarado. And it's Olynyk in at the 4.
And that gets us rolling. Whew. What a tremendous atmosphere in here tonight.
Boy, I tell you, you're right. You can feel this one looking like it's going to be a tight one throughout.
And so it's Milwaukee with it, following the score by New Orleans. Clock at 4. Here's Antetokounmpo. The shot won't fall. Now Alvarado. In his last outing, 16 points for him. Pass to Misi. Down low. The layup off target. And so it's Kuzma who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. And Grant, the combination of Giannis and Lillard, one of the most fearsome pick-and-roll tandems the league has ever seen.
You're spot on, B.A. You surround them with shooting, and you have the makings of an offensive juggernaut.
Alvarado outside. Screen by Olynyk. Lets it go from deep. Prince grabs the miss. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Shot's good by Antetokounmpo.
You know, Giannis has a really good basketball IQ, so he recognizes that taking and making mid-range jumpers is going to help keep the defense honest when they're guarding him.
Now here's Alvarado, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. The 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Nice vision by Brown. Very unselfish. Always plays the game the right way.
The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Pass to Lopez. The Pelicans pull it in. They come into this one following a loss to Brooklyn.
And you know, I mean, they played with great energy all the way through. Just fell a little bit short.
Yeah, they were really close right there. Just couldn't string together a few key plays to help get them over the top for the win.
Here's Misi. 9 points in his last outing. No good. Antetokounmpo with it. Pass to Rollins. Here's Prince. Here's Antetokounmpo. Hauled in by Brown.
That's a shot he'd like back. He's usually going to make those.
Alvarado, pass to Brown. We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter here. They set the pick. This one for 3. Sinks the tray.
Very versatile. Brown can operate either side of the pick and roll.
Bucks trail by 3. Rollins passes to Antetokounmpo. Antetokounmpo is doubled. Brown against Prince. Pass to Lopez. And here is Kuzma. Releases. He hits it just before the shot clock expires.
The jump shot for Kuzma, pure. If you let him get it off, he's going to scorch you.
Grant, Kyle Kuzma is an instinctual scorer who gets it done in a variety of ways.
He's especially skilled inside the painted area, but he's a capable shooter from mid-range and beyond the arc. Plus, he's someone you can rely on in the clutch.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Good look for Milwaukee. Smith, he's checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Porter Jr. in for Rollins. .111 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Brown. Here's Kane. Here's Messi, covered by Smith. 5 on the clock. New Orleans needs to hurry. Late clock. A nice shot by Hawkins.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
And it's Porter with the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. 4-point game. Kuzma, the pass to Porter. And here is Kuzma. He picked up 10 in his last game. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
You know, when Kuzma plays with that kind of tenacity, he's going to make defenders foul him. He's a real force in this league, folks.
Milwaukee shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
Taking 2 shots.
No good on that one. Grant, when you look at this Pelicans team, their length is so impressive.
Yeah, they've made a point to draft players with big wingspans, and that really helps them on the defensive end. They're all very switchable.
And the Bucks making a change here. Nance is checked in. Robinson Earl's checked in for the Pelicans. He hits the second from the line. Well, Clark, this Bucks roster is loaded with veteran talent, but their window for another run won't last long.
No, those windows don't last forever, especially with so many young teams around the league on the ascent. The Bucks may want to take a page from them and give some of their younger players a chance to grow and contribute.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
You know, one of the things that makes Taurean Prince a real asset is that he embraces his role. It could be points, maybe it's boards. Whatever you want him to do, he pretty much can do it.
And he makes a first.
Well, I like the fact that Prince does a good job picking his spots. He's not a guy that forces things. Kind of lets the game come to him naturally.
Livingston, he's checked in for the Bucks. Gary Trent Jr. comes in for Kuzma. And so he makes both from the line. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Here's Hawkins to the left wing. From the arc. The shot no good. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. It's New Orleans leading by 1. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. We hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
So the Pelicans 5 right now. They've got Jeremiah Robinson Earl, and it's Brown in at the 2. With the fadeaway. Missed it. Now 0 for 1 on this game. New Orleans in the lead. To the middle. Ooh, stolen by Smith. Inside. And it's hammered home by Green.
Fantastic job moving the ball there by Porter Jr., understanding exactly what was available when his teammates were open.
Robinson Earl, the pass to Brown. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Here's Porter after the basket by New Orleans. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Trent from long range. Rebounded by New Orleans. Here's Hawkins. To the inside. Smith with the rebound. Trent with it. Robinson Earl on him. Banked it in off the glass. Trent's gotten his first basket of the night.
Put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Here's Kane. No made baskets yet.
Well, you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And Grant, you look at the players the Pelicans have gone after recently. They have a clear plan.
Well, they do, B.A. They want to surround Zion with shooters, which, of course, makes sense. It's sort of the same kind of blueprint the Bucks laid out with Giannis. If you can shoot, the Pelicans have a spot for you. You got to appreciate the consistency. Night in and night out, he brings it.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Outside, Brown. There's a screen. And again, New Orleans, no good.
Look, I know he wanted to answer with a three of his own, but you got to play smarter. Play your game, not theirs.
Now here's Porter. Coming off a terrific game against Minnesota.
Defense dodged a bullet that time. Total breakdown.
And here's Brown for three. Nice. Gets his second bucket. He's 2 for 4 now.
Hey, Brown is a quality shooter. We've seen him shoot 40% from three for a season.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Will go for a different look here. Brook Lopez is checked in for Smith. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Green. Kyle Kuzma, he's checked in for Prince. And it's Rollins in for Trent. Milwaukee in the lead. Outside Porter. Now for those joining us now, we're in the second quarter, about 3 minutes gone by. Fires hitting the triple.
Tell you what, if he can find some consistency from deep, Porter Jr. is going to be a nightmare as an offensive player.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Milwaukee making a switch here. Prince is checked in, and the Pelicans also making a change. Brown's checked in. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here we go, one-on-one.
I got yours.
Pass to Alvarado. Olynyk against Antetokounmpo. 4 on the clock. Here's Brown. That's good on the jumper. Brown's got 8. We've got 1:13 left in the first half of basketball. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Bully ball in the paint from Giannis.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
Pass to Messi. Screen by Olynyk. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. That's no good. He's 0 for 4.
The battle of the boards has been something to watch.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here.
Now here's Brown. Give him 8 points now. Now here's Alvarado. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To the paint. Here's Brown. Count the bucket. Coming off a perfectly placed pass. 10 points for him.
A guy who knows how to finish inside. Brown gets it done in the paint.
And the big finish by Giannis.
That's how you do it, big fella. With power. Yes.
And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Bucks ahead, up by 4. Well, now we have some time to check in with Allie LaForce. Allie.
Well, thank you, guys. Doc Rivers here with us now. Coach, you're ahead at the half. What was the difference?
We got stops. We were out running a little bit. And then we had great spacing against the zone. You know, listen, we started making shots. That always helps.
It sure does. Thanks, Coach.
Okay, Allie, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter.
Direct your attention to center court and get ready for the half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot. It's all done. Let's hear it for our contestants.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
And a look here now at the Bucks. They haven't quite looked like themselves lately. The question is, how do they get back to the top? How do they recapture that magic? I think it starts with raising the intensity level. Become more aggressive, night after night, fight after fight. Aggressive is right.
And now let's talk about those Pelicans. This game has been extremely competitive.
If I could highlight one area where they should spend more time, actually it's already painted. Get into the post, take easier shots.
Sounds like sound advice, especially if they had Shaq on the finishing end. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. It has been quite a game for Bruce Brown.
Yeah, they've done an amazing job of creating room to operate for him. And then, of course, executing.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
The Bucks leading by 4. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. Then there's Prince. And it's Rollins in at the point guard position. That's Doc Rivers' 5 as we get into the second half.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Now here's Brown. Olynyk with a screen on Kuzma. Back to Olynyk. From 7. Good D by Antetokounmpo.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort you need against him.
And it's Lopez with the jam.
The big fella with the big finish. Lopez rocking that rim.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it. B.A., I'm not sure he should be flaunting around the rim like that with this game so close.
Oh, it's risky, but it sure did look good.
I can't fault the guy for adding a little flavor to things. I'm fine even if he'd have missed it. I don't mind taking a chance to spruce it up a little bit.
Count the basket. Antetokounmpo has got 8.
Love that from Antetokounmpo. No hesitation.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. With only one game left, let's take a peek at how the final seedings could look in the West. You look at New Orleans, a really frustrating season for them. They're looking forward to the draft.
Seeing where the Pelicans are, the one thing we know for sure is they've got some changes to make if they hope to sniff the playoffs next season.
You talk about changes, big changes. I mean, the status quo will not get it done. They need an overhaul.
Right around a minute and a half played in the third quarter. Pass to Brown. Six to shoot. Takes a 3. Connects from downtown.
In order to create effective spacing, you need enough guys on the floor that can hit from downtown.
Antetokounmpo outside. To the inside. Oh, Giannis, a rim rocker.
Once Giannis gets that close to the rim, you know that he'll do everything he can to make the finish happen.
Outside Olynyk. Rejected by Lopez. Brown against Prince. Pass to Antetokounmpo. he missed the layup. He had it with the pump fake. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, BA. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
He's been ice cold tonight. And, you know, you look at the scoreboard, guys, they really could have used his contribution.
Lopez for three. It's hauled in by New Orleans.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Alvarado right side. Pass to Olynyk. There's the triple. And the three-pointer goes. 6 points for him.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. He wants to review the game plan. Milwaukee going with almost an entirely new group here. Nance, he's checked in for Lopez. Green comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Gary Trent Jr., he's checked in for Prince. And it's Porter Jr. in for Rollins. There's a minute 40 left to play in the third quarter here. Porter, the pass to Kuzma. Cash. Assisting on the play was Porter. Kuzma's got 6.
Boy, Kuzma, superb at finding space along the perimeter and shooting the ball with confidence, and he's got great range, too.
Here's Hawkins. Over Trent. Again, the Pelicans good for 2.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Now here's Kuzma. Nails it from beyond the arc. Kuzma's got 6 points in the quarter.
The timing, the rhythm. Kuzma really does a nice job catching the defense off guard with those catch-and-shoot jumpers.
Here's Kane, still without a bucket. Pass to Hawkins. There's a screen from behind the arc. And again, it's New Orleans with a 3.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Now here's Porter, giving this team some energy, averaging a little over 10 points a game. Plenty of daylight on that shot. He's got 7.
Well, Porter has tremendous talent and is very creative. He's good at getting his guys the ball when they're ready to score. A good passer because he's got good vision.
Here's Kane. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. To the middle. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Bucks ahead. They're up by 3. And we've got more action coming your way after this break. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. On the court for the Pelicans, getting the fourth quarter going. We've got Elfrid Payton, and it's Kane in at the small forward position. Pass to Payton. Up and over Porter. Payton's shot is good. Payton's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Boy, it's good to see Payton work on that mid-range jumper. He's put in a lot of time to make that a consistent part of his game.
Porter from outside hits a three-pointer.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Pelicans trail by 4. Pass to Hawkins. Back to Payton. Here's Kane. Oh, they get a hand on it. Oh, stolen by Nance. Here's the break. Jackson, the pass to Green. Uses the glass on the layup. And now a 6-point Milwaukee lead.
This has been the story of the game. A battle fought on offense.
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Porter against Payton. 6 on the shot clock. It's stolen by Nance. And the Bucks pushing it up now for the finish. And the dunk by Jackson.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a tough NBA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in.
And why not? A little salt in the wound. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys reeling and on the ropes.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. Coach clearly has something he wants to say to his team right now.
Give it up for your forward crew.
It's a completely new group for the Bucks. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Willie Green coaching his team during that last break. He told his team, once you grab the rebound, run with the ball. Don't give them a single second to catch their breath. We control the pace of this game, not them. Guys, expect the pace to pick up.
And Allie, thanks. Pass to Olynyk. Inside, 5 to shoot. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Prince, the pass to Antetokounmpo. So Bruce Brown is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And here's Milwaukee now. Antetokounmpo outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Rollins. His first shot attempt. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo. And that one goes in. Antetokounmpo has got 3 assists tonight. Pelicans trail by 10. To the wing on the left. And it's Alvarado missing. Here's Milwaukee. Right now on a 9-0 run. And stolen by Alvarado. Pass to Olynyk. Olynyk with a screen on Kuzma. Just 5 to shoot. Rebounded by Kuzma. The Bucks leading by 10. Antetokounmpo inside. Count it.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
And it's Willie Green calling the timeout here. He was quite emphatic, demanding the timeout, clearly wanting to address strategy with his team.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen and show us your best move. Let's go.
.149 left in the fourth quarter. They need this. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Prince. Back to Antetokounmpo. And they double up Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the screen on Olynyk. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kuzma. Olynyk with some nice D. Pelicans trail by 12. We've got 1:08 left in the final quarter. Over to the left wing. And here's Brown for 3. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Known primarily for his defense back in the day, Bruce Brown can now light you up.
Kuzma outside. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Lopez, the screen. Releases from 15. Good! Now 7 for 11 on the night.
Their home crowd has energized them all game. Now they're closing it out.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
30 seconds left to play in the fourth. Offensive rebound. Olynyk against Antetokounmpo. Misi rejected by Lopez.
You could see Lopez tracking that shot the whole way. Nice awareness from him and a terrific rejection as well.
And So it's Milwaukee easily grabbing this one. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch.
They really were, B.A. They played with great intensity on both ends of the floor, and they didn't allow their mistakes to get the better of them.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours.
Giannis, a tremendous performance. What enabled you to win this game so convincingly?
It was a team effort. I think we came out, we did not mess around with the game. We did our job, we defended, we moved the ball, so we were able to close the game.
Giannis always recognizing the importance of his teammates. Thanks so much, Giannis.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Clark Kellogg, this is Brian Anderson thanking you all for tuning in tonight. And now let's take a look at our player of the game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.